What happens to Money 2020 in the year 2020? So to be absolutely clear, Money 2020 set out to bring everyone together, to debate, to shape, to reinvent the future of money. We have always been about vision, a vision of the future, 2020 vision. So you'll be pleased to know, I hope, that we're going nowhere in 2020. We'll be back here, right here on this stage.
So today, we're launching real-time earnings on the platform. We know that accessing and getting access to your money is the most critical starting point. We've solved that by letting every driver get their earnings from their customers immediately. We've unlocked a new set of potential for them. So one of the improvements that we'll put into the wallet is grouping and organization of transactions. If I want to send money to my bank account, easy as pie, drop it in, got our fancy new font. We hit confirm. I'm going to send it to a Chase debit card. And in real time, we've done an instant pay to my Chase debit card.
Same way, oil is used, for trade wars, and we're right now in the middle of, let's call it a trade war between the US and China. Do you think that technology, or the potential of, technology diverging or divergence between, the different economic blocks in the world, do you think that's a reality, or do you think that's a risk? And could that affect us, because it kind of destroys and erodes that trust?
I would say that one of the biggest risks to the global economy is that the current trade, currency, technology, and Cold War between US and China is going to lead to a process of deglobalization, of balkanization of global supply chains, from tech to manufacturing to industry, to a decoupling between US and China, and to a fragmentation of the global economy.
When e-commerce was starting, people were terrified to put their credentials online. I mean, that was a big angle for PayPal, right? It was like, you don't have to put your credentials all over the internet. The reality is the millennials aren't super concerned about that. And so it's sort of a new frontier in convenience. And what does that exactly look like, and how's that going to evolve?
Even though we pay competitively and usually above market, the fact of the matter is that for a large part of our population inside PayPal, they mirror the general population in that they have trouble making ends meet at the end of the month. And that's just not acceptable for a company like PayPal. And I am absolutely determined that as the leader of PayPal, that if we want to ever aspire to even becoming a great company, the only way to do that is to have passionate, engaged employees who are financially secure.
We've been asked and criticized for not having banks at the table from the get-go, but I just want to clarify that this was not our decision. We did have conversations with banks. I'd say that a lot of them are really interested in joining, but given the very regulated nature of their businesses, they want to have more regulatory clarity before joining. So now that we're actually hard at work addressing the regulatory realities that we need to face and what the licensing regime is going to be and the oversight is going to be, once this is clarified, I can almost certainly guarantee that you'll see banks at the Libra Association soon.
We're going to fractionalize shares and make it cheaper in terms of the pricing, where people can buy a 1/10 of a share or a 20th of a share. It's just going to become easier for the younger people who don't have a lot of money to get started, and be able to buy individual stocks, but buy a fraction of them.
millennials especially are shifting towards more of kind of subscription style payments, or renting instead of buying. So now people are renting furniture instead of buying furniture. You're using Uber instead of buying a car. And what that means is that the impact is you're paying more over time for the things that you need. And so ultimately what we're seeing is a lot of consumers have less at the end of their paycheck after they've paid all these bills, all these recurring expenses, and they're saving actually less. So when you look at the data, it's been actually quite clear that the amount you're left with at the end of the month is a lot less.